Hey guys, welcome back to the show. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about a movie that will blow you away. At least that's what it says on the poster. It's Demon Wind, a movie that came out in 1990 that includes a road trip, demon zombies, and a menu at a gas station that I'm actually quite curious about. Now let's start things off by taking a look at the poster, which I have to say is pretty cool. There's lots of color. And look at this tagline. It will blow you away. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I haven't been blown away for a long time. A really long time. The movie starts in 1931 with some barbecue. What? I didn't say it was good barbecue. Obviously something very terrible happened here, beyond your typical Thanksgiving dinner family argument, which usually happens every year. Not with my family though. They've always accepted how weird I am. Anyways, there's a bunch of candles inside this house, which seems like a giant fire hazard just waiting to happen, but what do I know? And it looks like someone found out they weren't invited.
Did you bring the daggers?
Dude, if you didn't like the mashed potatoes, you could have just left them on your plate. You don't have to get so dramatic about it. But it looks like George here is actually possessed by demons. And this lady picks up a snow globe, which I guess is one of those trick snow globes, where instead of being filled with water, it's actually filled with explosives. So now it's present day, and we have Corey and Elaine driving out in the middle of nowhere. But obviously, Corey has a lot on his mind.
I can't stand this anymore. Corey, will you talk to me?
About what?
About anything, about what you're thinking.
Just thinking about driving.
That's right. Now, will you stop bugging him? He's got a lot to focus on here. You know, following the one road, trying not to hit any cattle.
How much farther is it to your grandparents' farm?
I don't know. I think not far.
Could you imagine going on a trip with someone like this? So, how much further is it? I don't know. I think not long, but again, I don't know. So, could be minutes, could be hours, could be on the wrong road for all I know. Now we see a flashback of Corey visiting his father. A very dramatic visit, as you can tell by this zoom in, which is actually technically a dolly in because it's the camera that's actually moving forward in this shot, but you guys get what I mean. Anyways, they finally come across an oddly placed gas station, and Corey claims that he's been there before in this weird dream, where he's completely naked and sees his grandmother covered in blood. See, this is actually one of my biggest fears. Ending up at a gas station naked, because I keep my wallet in my jacket pocket, and if I don't have my jacket, then I don't have my wallet. And then how am I going to pay for the gas? And then, since I'm naked, there's nothing on me that I can offer up as collateral as I go home and get my wallet. So then what am I going to do? I got to come up with money fast somehow. I'm going to have to start doing stuff that I don't want to do. Like working in the full-serve booth. I did that job when I was 18, and I am not going back to it. Especially if I'm naked. Do you know how cold it is in that booth? And there's only enough room for like a little space heater. It's not enough. And the thing about my gas station, we had the cheapest full-serve price in the whole city. And during the winter, are you kidding me? Canadian winter? It was like lineups. I was working 4 pumps non-stop for like 6 hours. So if I'm running around to all those pumps the whole time and I'm naked, something's getting caught on something. And it's gonna make things so awkward when someone pulls up and I'm naked and I have to ask them what I have to ask every customer: would you like me to fill it up with premium? Also, would you like a free oil check? Don't worry if you don't got a dipstick, because I've got quite a long dip. Anyways, there's this suspicious old man standing there as Corey pulls right up to these sandbags that almost look like they were placed there specifically so that the car stops at exactly the right spot. Seriously though, if you're on camera, that's the type of stuff that you gotta spot so that the crew can try and hide it. I mean, just move that crate of bottles over a foot or two to the left and you won't be able to see it.
What can I do you for?
How do we get to the Carter place from here?
You can't. There's no such place.
This map says it's right near here.
That map's wrong. Now, unless you want some gas, why don't you just move on?
See, now I'd be suspicious about that. It almost seems like he's pissed off about it, like he really doesn't want anyone to go to that place. So Corey's like, obviously we're not welcome here. Let's go inside. The inside of the diner looks like it's waiting for someone to put it out of its misery. So Elaine decides to be a little spontaneous.
Hey, Harmon.
A moon for the misbegotten.
Please. Corey, I just want you to lighten up.
Yeah, how could you not lighten up, dude? You got a girlfriend who's trying to have some fun on what appears to be the most boring road trip of all time. And also, they're selling burgers for 75 cents. I'll take 10. Actually, 1. Yeah, let's just start with 1. Because I got a feeling there's a reason they're only 75 cents.
We have beer, Coke, water, and goat's milk.
Coke, please.
Same.
All of a Coke, too? Wait, is it regular or diet? If it's regular, can you dilute it with some of that goat's milk? Yeah, because regular Coke has a lot of sugar in it. You know how much sugar's in regular Coke? It's a lot. It's really bad for you.
And Mrs. Wilson came by with little Linda last week. Are you little Linda's friends?
No, we're not friends with little Linda. Please. She smells. Everyone at school knows that. Everyone in class calls her little Smellinda. Because she smells so much.
I don't think little Linda really went away to school. I think maybe little Linda got into trouble and they sent her away.
Good, maybe they sent her away to take a shower. Okay, that's enough of that. Well, maybe one more. We'll see how it goes. So now suddenly Corey's friends show up and I immediately hate this guy.
Don't.
Well, now, don't you look good enough to eat? And you do look good enough to eat.
Okay, so more friends show up and I'm just curious because they all don't know why they drove out there, so what did you tell them? Hey guys, just drive out into the middle of nowhere. Just do it. We're gonna be doing something, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is until you get here though.
Anybody want a beer?
I'm good, I got my Coke milk.
Why'd you bring us up here?
Found my father.
Is he okay?
No, he slit his wrist the day after I saw him.
You didn't tell me that.
Haha, surprise! This isn't a random road trip. I actually need you to help me make arrangements for the funeral and to clean all the stuff out of his place. I hope you all brought old clothes and gloves because it's a mess in there. It's really bad. He definitely had problems with his bladder. So Corey tells them that he wants to go to the farm where his grandparents lived because he thinks something bizarre has been going on there for a long time. And the old man is like, don't go to that farm belongs to the dead.
Then all of you get in them cars and go back where you came from.
Hey, by the way, how fresh is the fish burger? I mean, it's probably not caught today, right? Ah, screw it, I'll take 1. Actually, I'll take 2. That way, if I like it, I'll have another one for later, you know? So that later, if I'm hungry, I'm not like, oh, I should have got another one of those fish burgers. Now I have to drive all the way back to that gas station. This way I can be like, oh, I want another one of those fish burgers. Oh, wait, I thought ahead and got a second one. You're so smart. And then he tells Corey about the hot, dry wind that blew in one day and killed everything, which must be the demon wind, and tells him again not to go up there. So then more of Corey's friends show up.
A princess should always have flowers.
Dude, her ex-boyfriend is a magician? I mean, I don't know the details of what happened, but I can tell you right now, she did not break up with him. There's something about magicians that women just find irresistible. I don't know what it is. If only I could turn back time. Learn magic from an early age? I would be drowning in it. So anyways, after a while of driving on the one single road, they arrive at the farm and they're like, ugh, this place doesn't even have a welcome sign, just a skeleton on a cross. Then they find a skull on the ground and Corey is somehow able to, I don't know, see whose skull it was. As a side note, doesn't this guy kind of look like Tom Holland? But here's the really creepy thing. The house is basically gone. Nothing left but a few walls here and there and some rubble. But when they open the door, there's an actual house to walk into. Honestly, how no one else is completely freaking out over this is just beyond me. If I saw that, I'd be like, all right, that's enough. I'm out of here. Crucified skeletons, skulls on the ground, and now a portal into God knows what. This is not how I wanted to spend my weekend.
I'm going inside.
Corey, wait. There's something really wrong here. I think we should go.
Wow, thank you. That's putting it lightly. Yeah, there's something really wrong here. Yeah, I don't know if it's all the death and decay, but there's just something not right about this place, you know? So Corey's like, fine, wait outside. I'm going in. And inside is where he finds another skeleton, but this one doesn't even have a head. And I don't know, I guess everyone just kind of decides, screw it, let's go inside too. Then they find a bunch of writing on the wall.
Nunc protesta Santana vivet.
Are you kidding me right now? There is obviously some supernatural shit going on here. You find something written on the wall in like Latin or something, or some kind of scripture in an old book. You don't read it out loud. I mean, are you trying to stir something up? Like, what's next? Hey guys, the toilet's broken, but I found this makeshift graveyard out back. Just gonna take a dump out there. And, oh, don't worry about toilet paper because I'm just gonna rip out these pages from this old book with the pentagram on the front. Just use those. These should wipe fine. So now the whole house starts going crazy, shaking and rattling, stuff flying everywhere. And is anyone going to save that delicious looking, oh yeah, great, now it's ruined. It takes them all a really long time to be like, hey, maybe we should get out of here. But Corey's like, hang on, I want to check out what this knife is going to do. Well, it's a good thing the magicians came prepared with firearms, but Dell is like, you know what, this is stupid, let's get the hell out of here. And honestly, he may be a jerk, but that is the smartest thing anyone has said so far in this movie. Look, I can understand wanting to know about your family history, but this isn't like buying a subscription to Ancestry.com. Whatever killed your grandparents is trying to kill you. Let's just add everything up here. Farm that's burnt to the ground, skeletons everywhere, flying knives, and that stuff that's written on the wall.
What was it Bonnie read? What did it say? It was Latin. It said, now Satan shall walk.
Yeah, this doesn't look good, man. All signs point to some deadly demonic presence. And yes, I get it. It sucks to know that that is what killed your grandparents. But at least you know now. Just be glad it's not you up there on that cross. This is no way to spend a weekend with your friends. Go home, have a few drinks, play some Monopoly, argue over the free parking rule, and call it a night. By the way, for the record, I am totally on board with the free parking jackpot. I know it's not a rule, blah, 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 but it adds a new level of excitement to the game. And I know some people are like, oh, but now you're taking the game and you're leaving it all up to chance. The whole game is chance. You're rolling dice. There's a pile of cards called chance. So then the skeleton on the cross starts shaking and falls to the ground. And this is the thing that makes Corey say, okay, yeah, let's get out of here. But here's a twist you probably never saw coming. The cars don't start. I haven't seen that since a couple videos ago.
We have to get out of here now.
She's right. This place is possessed.
Be serious. I tell you, what we've witnessed here is a hallucination.
Okay, Jack, so this is all some sort of a hallucination? You're all hallucinating the exact same thing? As if, what? You all took some kind of multiplayer LSD? What about the cars not starting? Is that a hallucination too? Well then, how about hallucinating up a fresh car battery and some jumper cables? How about that? So they all decide, fine, we'll walk all the way back to the gas station. But not so fast, because after a while of walking, suddenly there's a thick fog, the demon fog, that washes over them and teleports them right back to the farm. And then some creepy looking kids teleport in and tell them that they can't leave, and then one of them turns Bonnie into a doll. So Corey's like, all right, let's go back inside the house. And here's the thing, you got two choices here. You know, you can go back inside the demon house, or you can take your chances sleeping in the cars outside where those demon kids might show up again. Then Corey starts looking around the house and sees a ghost that I guess he assumes is his grandmother and follows her into a room. Now, can I just say, that's a bad idea for many reasons. What if that's not the ghost of your grandmother? What if that's a demon playing tricks on you? But I also have to say, Corey has some balls of steel because he follows this ghost into a room all by himself. And in here, he finds a book with some spells in it.
Christ, you trying to give me a heart attack?
Wait, this is the thing that scares you? Out of all the things that have happened so far, you literally just saw a ghost and you're like, creaky door. Look, come on now.
In the bottom drawer of the vanity, you will find 2 daggers, which are part of the sacred set of 7. The other 5 have been lost. It is written that with all 7, you can kill the son of Satan.
So it turns out that Corey's great-grandfather and a bunch of settlers followed a preacher out to this place, and it turned out the preacher was a Satan worshiper, and, blah, 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 a bunch of people died.
And that's what happened to my family.
Now we're in the middle of all this.
Well, great going, Corey. You got all of your friends to come out here, and now you're all in this big demonic death trap. And this actually kind of pisses me off, because getting 8 friends together to go do something is like a pipe dream. Because once you're in your 30s, the sad truth is this can be pretty rare. Even impossible if there's no booze involved. And I bet a lot of the younger members of the audience are probably thinking right now, no way man, I'm gonna have my friends forever. Seriously, people go their separate ways. Some people, they go off, they get married, they have kids, blah, blah, blah. Others write jokes about random movies for people on the internet. And let me tell you something, I wouldn't have it any other way. So while the magicians are keeping watch with their guns, some topless chick appears, and right away they say, yeah, that's probably a demon trying to trick us. Now, this is just crazy to me. Could you imagine being able to fall asleep in this situation? I have a hard time falling asleep as it is, just because of, life and stuff. Anyways, for some reason, they go outside. I guess they think they're going to kill the demon somehow, but then a bunch of demon zombies show up.
Oh man, I think we're in trouble.
I think you're right.
And this is pretty much how you assume the movie is going to go. One by one, they all do something stupid and die.
Why didn't you tell the others about the daggers and the spells in the diary?
Tell them what? That my grandmother was a witch? She used spells to protect her son in this house? Dale's half crazy and Jack's a basket case. One more thing and either of them could lose it.
Well, gee, Corey, I don't know. What do you think their response would be at this point? You think that is going to be the thing to make them lose it? You're literally stuck in a magical house surrounded by demons who turned one of your friends into a doll and killed 2 others. I think if they haven't gone off the deep end at this point, a book with some spells and a dagger isn't going to do it. I think if anything, they'd be like, wait, dude, what? You have a book full of spells that can protect us? And you've been holding out on us? God damn it, man. Open up that book and start conjuring up some shit. So they stab one of the demons with one of the daggers, and it works. And the spells on the house start working. But I don't understand. Why would you stab the demon and then leave the dagger in there? Wouldn't you try to use it over and over again? I get that you don't want to get, up close to the demons. It's a dagger, it's short. But that's why you improvise. You tape it to a hockey stick or a tree branch or something. You get some distance and then you just start poking. The zombie appears in the windows, poke. You're just sitting on the couch, it's effortless. Wouldn't you at least try to find a way to use that thing over and over again instead of a shotgun? Which honestly, Corey shoots like a dozen of these things and not once does he make a headshot. And this goes on for a really long time until the son of Satan shows up, and you're probably thinking, that's okay, they'll probably find the other 5 missing daggers at some point and kill him. No. That doesn't happen. And it sucks because the movie set that up. It's these other 5 missing daggers, and with all of them you can kill the son of Satan. Well, I think that'd be pretty good in terms of the story. Finding the other daggers instead of just standing there shooting a shotgun out the window and really sucking at it. By the way, your 10th anniversary giveaway code word for this video is hands. Corey casts some kind of spell that turns him into some kind of a bald alien version of himself, and I don't know, this is just kind of weird. And this just kind of goes on for a while until Elaine says a prayer and it lights him on fire and the whole house explodes. Just look at how relieved Corey is. It's all over and all of his friends are dead, hooray. And then on the way home they travel to the diner and use the book to kill another demon. So I don't really get it here. I mean, it's not really much of a conclusion. Obviously the demons are still there, so it's really just a waste of a weekend and the lives of all your friends. Have fun explaining that to their families when you get home, Corey. Now, this movie might remind you of The Evil Dead, which is no surprise because when Evil Dead came out, a lot of movies started borrowing from it. But that's pretty much it for this one. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. I'm not sipping this shit. We're not friends with little Linda. No one else, everyone knows. Everyone in class calls her Little Smellinda because she smells. It's a combination of smell and Linda, Smellinda. Everyone at class calls her Little Linda Smells a lot. Little Linda smells a lot. Everyone in class calls her Little Linda Smells like shit. I once had to do a project with Little Linda, and the whole time in class, I was just like this. I had to basically do this. Like, oh my God, Linda, you know that water, you can like clean yourself with it, right? We just spent 8 hours in a car and we still don't smell as bad as little Linda smells when she comes into class. I don't know. Have you heard of a shower? Maybe take one. I'll give you a quarter. Sometimes you improvise jokes and they work. Sometimes they don't. Actually, now I feel bad for little, wait, no I don't. This is a fictional character.